How's everybody doing tonight? Let us all know in the chat. So, welcome to day 17 of the Ugears research vessel. I can't believe it's day 17. I mean, I know I say that every day. I just can't believe it. Do you ever read the comments on these videos? They take a while for the comments to show up because, people have to buy the model first and then they start watching the video, and then they make comments like how they did it in like 4 hours or 5 hours, and I'm doing it in like 17 days. I feel like my job is to make people feel better about their skill in putting models together, because I don't know, I can write quick, I can program computers quick, I can do a lot of things quick, but I apparently put the models together very slowly. I think the main thing is that I can't see the pieces. Like if I'm doing like a comic book page or a computer program or running database queries or whatever I'm doing, basically text writing, computer writing, creating art page, all that stuff that you do on the computer, I can like make it as big as I want, and I can't do that here with when I'm working with these pieces. They just are the size that they are, and I can't see them. I guess I know that it's like putting models together is like a famous old person hobby, and I'm gonna turn 50 in a few weeks, so I guess I'm supposed to be doing this hobby. And I don't think my eyes are worse than any other old people, but yeah, I mean, it's like tough to do. I have the instructions. I have a PDF loaded, and that I can zoom in. At least that's nice. At least I could see the instructions. When I first started doing this show, I would have the instructions on paper, and I swear I was wasting like half of your time trying to read the instructions, because I would like take my glasses off, take the instructions off camera, put them up to my eyes, and like try to read them. But anyway, so you will assemble your puzzle quicker than me. I know that. We all know that. But go ahead, post it in the comments. See if you beat the other people doing the puzzle. See if you're faster and slower than the other folks out there posting in comments and chat. All right, so where did we leave off yesterday? Is this page 45? Yeah, this is page 45. Looks like we started page 45. We got it. We did this segment 7, right? We built... something doesn't look right here. No, we didn't do this. We didn't do anything on page 45. That was a lie. You know what? You know why I lied? Because we have this thing. And this is apparently going to look like this. So I was like looking at this and looking at the instructions and thinking that we did it. But no, actually, we're going to turn this into another one of these. And that's what's going to take the time. So... all right, so the first instruction on page 45 is to clip these two toothpicks. That should be no problem. You mind if I just do a sound check real quick? Hold on. Like, looking at... all right, yeah, sound's working. Does the sound work too good? When I listen on the headphones, I can, like, hear myself breathing. I hope it's not that bad for you. I apologize if it is. Oop, I was only holding one end. You gotta hold both ends or it goes flying when you clip it. I'm just clipping the toothpicks as per the segment 4 instructions, so that's done. Alright, segment 5 is 2 more pieces. That brings us to 453 pieces total. We need 2 pieces that are both 226s. And they're got to be somewhere on board 7, because this is the last board. If it's not, I mean, I think all these other boards are like empty at this point. There might be a few pieces, but for the most part, it's a bunch of empty boards here. So board 7, what we can do is look where on board 7. All right, right there. And the next piece that we're going to need is also kind of there. There being here. No, those are 217s. I need 226s. All right, I'm going to need 227 next. So 454. Oh, you know what? These are 226s. There's 217 on this empty space and 217 on this empty space, but there's a 226 in the middle of these two pieces. They're 226s. Yeah. I thought they looked like the pieces we need, but then it looked like they were labeled 227, but they are in fact 226. All right. Get that out of there. Let's see what it looks like from the back when we pop a piece out. I haven't done that yet, right? We haven't seen that. Now watch, I'll break this piece trying to pop it out. There we go. That's what it looks like when you pop a piece out, in case you ever wondered. Alright, so we got the fan blades going clockwise. We got this piece looking like the bow of a ship. Then we're going to pick these up with the long side on top and slide them, I think, over these grooves here. But you know what? Why are we even doing this? Because they're not going to stay there. What we really need is the next instruction. The 227. That's what they're going to hook onto. Man, I don't know who wrote these instructions. All right, I guess the valuable thing you get from the segment 5 instruction is that the long side goes on top and that these two notches go together. So, all right, let me just zoom this in. It's supposed to be the close-up camera, but it wasn't zoomed in yet. So, on this thing that we already built, I can't get it apart. On this thing that we already built, there's a notch here and a notch here. And then on this piece 226 that we're adding, there's a notch on the bottom. There's a notch there on 226. So this notch and this notch, they're going to go together. And invent Minecraft. No, I'm mistaken. That's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure that the Minecraft inventor probably was working on that from the 90s using, started off with like Halo maps. No, I ruined it. Not Halo maps. Doom maps. Do you remember making Doom like in the 90s, like editing Doom levels by changing the textures and sprites? They were just like bitmaps or JPEGs or whatever, but they had fancy names like textures and sprites and whatever, and basically you could like completely change the game just by changing those graphics, and then you also could change the audio, and then you also could use the map designer, and then if you really wanted to, you could get the source code and just make your own game. I mean, you can make your own game just with the level editor, but you can really go wild if you go back to the source code. And I'm kind of wondering if that's in there somewhere, because the first time I saw Minecraft, I remember thinking it looked like it looked to me like Doom from the 90s. Like, that's why it'll play on like anything, like a calculator or whatever. It's a pretty simple thing. I'm talking about Minecraft now. And I only started talking about it because there was a notch in this wood. So anyway, you create a game, very simple game. I mean, of course, it's gotten much more complex, but technologically simple. But it might have taken them 10, 15 years to build up the, all the recipes. Not that they know them all, but the capability of them. And then you get all the YouTubers to, promote it, which makes other YouTubers promote it, and then you sell it to, a big publisher for $1 billion, and you're more than set for life. What do you think about all these billionaires? It's like a weird thing. I know there's an expression, the rich get richer. And it's like, once someone becomes the struggle, I think there's an expression, the struggle is real. I'm not sure if it refers to this, but I'm just trying to get these last two tabs in. Like the amount you have to work to just pay your bills. I mean, it's a struggle that I want to say most people fail at, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe most people succeed, but I think that most people fail at just the minimum of paying their bills. But there's this weird thing where if like one person in your bloodline, like anywhere in history, manages to save a few bucks and get to the point that they can have their money, make money for them, then they become a rich family, and none of their descendants in perpetuity ever have to work again because money, like the rich becomes richer, the poor becomes poorer. It just like happens automatically once you've got the money to invest and you start getting paid. So that's a weird thing. So basically, I'm saying that like this guy Notch. I mean, I don't really know anything about him. Maybe what I'm saying is not accurate, but let's say hypothetically, the way I imagine it, if it didn't work that way for him, there's probably someone it worked that way for. So anyway, the next piece we need is 228, and I'm going to put that, and that's going to go in these other notches. There's notches now on the top of this. Well, there's a big divot there, but there's like notches there, and that's where they're going to go. So anyway, one person creates a video game. They do a good job. Okay, yes, they did a very good job. It took them 15 years. Everyone respects them. But, like, that's it. That's it. They're now, not only are they set for life, but, like, all their kids and grandkids and their family, and they're all set for life. And you want that to be there? They used to talk about build a better mousetrap, and the world will beat a path to your door. So when you're building a mousetrap, you're catching mice. When you're building like a car, you're providing transportation. But when you're doing a video game, like, people just play the other video game. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess the video game's good, but sometimes the difference between the game that's a game of the year and the game that's forgotten is just it came out the same year as other good games. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it'll be a sleeper hit and someone will discover it later. But a lot of times, something just kind of like unlucky or didn't have the right marketing. I don't know. Kind of weird because the way it works with video games, and it works the same with software and music and anything where you can just make a copy of something. It kind of can work the same with books, although they need paper and storage and prints. But like some of the stuff is fully digital. I think there's like a new game, BattleBit or something like that. Like 3 guys made a video game, uploaded it to Steam, and it got 27 million downloads or something like that. So now those guys are like, as I said, like Notch. I mean, them and all of their ancestors in perpetuity are like set for life because a bunch of people downloaded this game. That's a weird thing. I don't know how valid that is. And a lot of the stuff that's really worth money is so controlled these days by the sales on the video game are controlled by like marketing and YouTubers, and I guess the quality of the game. That's some control. But then a lot of the real assets like oil and gold and even like chicken eggs and pork bellies and whatever, orange juice, commodity type of things. There's so many people involved in that, micromanaging it, creating laws. There's people going around telling chicken farmers they need to like destroy their chickens because they have the flu. And it's the same thing with there's times when people have to destroy their like sheep or whatever. So these things are really like people who are really contributing, producing milk or eggs or whatever, stuff that we all need to survive every day, like they're not getting rich. But people making laws and doing insider trading getting rich, and people making video games getting rich, and I don't know. I feel like I'm sounding bitter right now. I kind of regretting going into this. I don't want to sound like a communist, but there's definitely something not adding up. I think there's a guy who will like buy sports cars and then destroy them, like hit him with a wrecking ball on his YouTube channel. Like what? And then he'll get paid like, $50 million from YouTube for that. Like what? Like how is that contributing to society? Nobody needs to see this like fancy car destroyed by a wrecking ball. Like maybe that car should go to a family that needs a car, or maybe that 50 million should go to like, I don't know how many families that could feed. Why will this thing not go in? This 228 that looks like the Golden Arches. Am I like doing something wrong? It's like not going in here. There's 2 squares, there's 2 tabs, and it's supposed to go in, but it's not. All right, let's get something behind it so we can push on. I feel like I just can't grip it, and that's why it's not going on. Wow. Neither side is going in. Let's try this. The needle nose pliers. Let's see if they do anything. Okay, I got a better idea. Oh no, I can't put it upside down because these propellers are just as long. You know what? I can do it if I sort of balance it on some other pieces of wood. Then maybe it'll work. Nope, still not working. I don't remember the last time I failed this badly at putting 2 pieces of wood together. Alright. I'm going to sand them. Which is not what I'm supposed to be doing, but I can't stand there looking at those pieces, 2 pieces, for another 45 minutes. Alright, I sand and wax the tabs. Now hopefully it goes in. Nope, still not going in. Alright, one side's in, finally. And this second side looks like it's about to break. Okay, it went in. I'm not sure if any pieces broke off. It definitely splintered here. You can sort of see that. You see that line right there? This camera is looking crappy today. Alright, here it is. You see the little line there? That's something kind of breaking. underneath that stick. There's the line. It shows that something kind of broke when it went in. But anyway, let's move on to the next piece. All right. We put this aside for a second. The next piece is a toothpick, which we're not going to count because we already cut it and counted it yesterday. And then 229 and 230. So that brings us up to 457. So 229 and 230. I think we're kind of done with the boat. It seems like we're building a lot of like kind of, I don't know what, like little boats, like life preserver boats, or what do they call that secondary boat? Like in the end of Titanic, which I haven't seen yet, when the people went off on the boat. Anyway, that type of boat. Something like that. Alright, there's 229. Now, this 230. Is there a direction to this? I don't think so. I gotta get on the close-up camera to even see it. Is there anything to that piece? Like, it's symmetric, right? And it goes either side? I think so. I think we can just drop it on any direction. And that'll considered work. Oh, well, make sure it goes in the middle. I almost put it through one of those little circles. And then we use our little trick, this hole in this stick. The tool H. Alright, that's on. And then segment 9 says to cut it. So we're going to cut it. It's like we built something there. Is that the steering wheel? Like, no, because we already closed the boathouse. I can't get in there. Kind of looks like a steering wheel. Like a boat steering wheel, but we already closed the boathouse, so that's not it. Anyway, segment 10. Oh, this is cool. We're going to attach it. Oh, what just happened there? We're going to attach it to the thing that we built. The thing that we were building a minute ago, we're going to attach the steering wheel to that. So, here's the thing we were building. It's got these slots up here, up at the top. There's the slots. And these there's 4 sides. The side with the lines, that's going to go into the slots. If I can get it in without breaking it. Oh my goodness, again. Am I like not a good woodworker tonight? Or is this just an awkward piece to work with? You never can find the place to support it from. Oh my goodness. I like slam that thing home. Alright. It's on. I think. Does that look like it's all the way down? I think it could go a little further down. I'll try to push it a little further, but it's basically on. No, that's not going anywhere. It might be hitting something in something else. Yeah, it might be hitting something from the other side, but I can't get it any further down. That's it. I don't know what it is, but that's it. Well, it kind of makes sense to be a steering wheel if this is going to go, like if we're going to make some smaller boat. But these are the water propellers, so like how can the steering wheel be here? Is a person like lying prone and steering? I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Oh, toothpicks. They want us to stick 4 toothpicks in there. So go to the back. 4 holes. Each hole gets a toothpick. I don't know. Sounds kind of like stupid, but let's do it. Hopefully we don't stab ourselves. How deep should the toothpicks go? I think just flush, right? Why would they go more than flush? Huh. I'm sticking them in backwards, which is stupid. What I should do is put them through here and then push them to flush. That would make more sense. And I'm taking these like half broken pieces that I have lying around. Not broken, but already used. Oh, these ones are blocked. The second set are blocked, which means I'm going to have to put them in from the front. That's annoying. Alright, if you have to put them in from the front, needle nose pliers are your friend. From the back, you just, push them through. It's easy. But from the front, you might need some help. Oh, that one went in. But that just means it's going to be loose, that it went in so easy. Alright, so the 4 pins are in. Now, they want us to combine these two things that we built. Combine them together. Alright, so we got the steering wheel on top. The tab on the bottom. Pick up this one also with the tab on the bottom. And we're just going to slide in all 4 toothpicks. That's the plan here. And then we're going to push them to flush because I'm sure they'll get backed out a little bit. And then we're going to trim them. So this is like something here. We're building something by combining these two like halves. Some sort of mini boat sub, something like that. Not really sure. See, the stick came out. We knew that was going to happen. The two that were jammed, they didn't go anywhere, but the other two, they like pushed out. So we're going to push them back in. Yep. There we go. Now they're flush again. And now, according to the instructions, we trim them and then it's done. I'm not going to hold it this time, just so we see how high it flies. Do not try this at home. Let's see. Let's see if it shoots off like a rocket. I'm going to put my thumb there. No, let's see. Let's see what happens. Where did it go? Shit, that was stupid. I don't know where it went. And my bet is in the direction where it shot off to. Alright, that was stupid. Okay, let's do it again, but let's point it at this boat so that it'll kind of be like a harpoon that shoots the boat. And then I'm going to have to find the one that shot towards my bed. Alright, so this one shot off the boat. And then it shot back behind my desk, and there it is. Anyway, what you're supposed to do is like hold one end and then clip it so it doesn't go flying. But I let it go flying, and one of them I recovered and one of them I didn't. So the one that I didn't recover, I'm going to be looking for after I end the show because, I don't want to get like stabbed by it while I'm sleeping. I mean, it's just a toothpick, but still. Where the hell did it go? How far could a toothpick shoot? Alright, I'm going to look right now. Just give me a minute. I heard it hitting like something. I think it was metal what it hit. Alright, I don't see it on my bed. I heard it hit metal. It's probably on the desk. Probably when I clean stuff up, after the show, I'll find it. So I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. But I also learned my lesson. I'm not going to shoot them anywhere but towards I'm going to keep them on screen, basically, because I don't want to lose the toothpick because I don't want to get stabbed by it. Alright, that's the end of page 45. Let's go to page 46. Cut a toothpick in half. Brings us to 459. All right, so now here's the proper way to cut a toothpick. Hold it at both ends. So I'm holding it at the top and bottom. So neither end is going to go flying because I'm already holding both halves. So there you go. There's your toothpick. By the way, I kind of get stabbed by it somehow. All right, what's next? 231. So we're up to 460 now. Pieces. We need a piece called 231, and we got to stick the 2 toothpicks through it. Where's piece 231? There's 227. There it is. 231. There's the piece. All right, let's grab that. It's got looks like maybe rubber bands are going to go on the end of it. You see those, like it's got some weird like hooks at the end of it, maybe for rubber bands. Kind of looks like a mask on a Ninja Turtle a little bit. Anyway, those 2 holes in the middle are going to get the toothpick treatment. So it shows them only going halfway through if you fast forward to the second segment. I don't know why these toothpicks only go halfway through, but apparently that's all they do. It's going to be tough to stop pushing halfway through, but I did it. I probably didn't cut the toothpick like exactly halfway. It's probably not quite the same length on both sides, but hopefully it's long enough on both sides. Yeah, this side's clearly shorter. Anyway, next up, 2 232s and a 233. So that brings us up to 463. 2 232s and a 233. There's 232, there's another 232, and there's 233. And there's all our pieces right there. Okay. How are we supposed to do this? They're like, should be pointing at each other or something. Alright, so we slide them on here. Like pointing at each other. And then we slide this thing on top of both of them. That's the plan there. And then we'll use this stick to kind of push everything down. I still don't get why we... You know what? We're going to cut these at both ends. I just looked forward in the instructions. They're going to get cut. Oh, no, they're not going to get cut. Wait, are they going to get cut at both ends? Yeah, they are. And then they're going to get a rubber band, which we predicted. So they're going to get cut at both ends. So I don't know why the instruction book, one of the many mysteries of the research vessel instruction book, why they showed them, why they didn't show the toothpicks flush if they're going to cut them later anyway. If you're going to cut them later anyway, just do them flush right from the start, which is what we're going to do. Yeah, this book is not great. All right. And then we're going to put these pieces all the way down because they're then going to get cut. Well, they're not going to get cut, but they're going to get pinned in by 233. The 232s are going to get pinned in by 233. And then the toothpicks are going to get clipped. So we might as well just push everything all the way down. All right, so now they're like kind of touching at the bottom. You can see that. All right, now we can put this 233 on top. Probably the trickiest piece. Have to make sure it gets onto both toothpicks and goes all the way down, and the pieces are still flush at the back. This is all the way down. We're ready to cut them. All right, this time we're going to hold them by the ends. So then the piece that we built might go flying. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe it won't. I could hold both ends. I could push it against the floor. But let's hold the toothpick and see if this goes flying. Does that look like a moose to you? There's the face, there's the eyes, there's the antlers. I don't know. Anyway, let's do this. Let's clip it and see if it goes flying. Not very far. The toothpick takes off like a projectile, but I guess this was heavy and awkward enough to not go flying. But the toothpick was like a missile, like something like that. All right, segment 4. The rubber band. 12 millimeter rubber band. How many of these small rubber bands? Oh, I got multiple sizes here of the small rubber bands. We got a big one and 2 little ones. So which one is the one that they need? The big one or one of the 2 little ones? Well, there's a way to find out. We measure them with a caliper, and in my case, because that's what I have nearby that does millimeters. The small one is 12 millimeters. And that's what the instructions said, 12 millimeters. The diameter. They also give the height, 1.5 millimeters. I don't know who's measuring the rubber bands by the height. I suppose if you had 2 12 millimeter diameter rubber bands, then you would resort to measuring them by their thickness. But and we could measure the thickness because we got calipers. That's exactly what they're for. All right. Out of curiosity, let's measure the thickness of these. Let's see if we get 1.5 millimeters. I'd be like shocked if we do, but let's see. All right. It's tough to even do this. And I'm off camera. All right, here we go. Stop when you feel it. All right. 1.6 millimeters, but that's a little bit loose. All right, now it's still a little bit loose. No, that's good. So 1.4. Ah, they're wrong. It wasn't 1.5 millimeters. It was 1.4. I would have write them and say they screwed up. Yeah, you know what? I don't think they have anything smaller than millimeter, and it probably was 1.5. My calipers probably don't work. All right, this is the wrong piece. All right, this piece, the moose antlers. So it's apparently very complex. So here's the piece with the moose antlers. I want to show you the instructions for a second, because it's apparently like a multi-step procedure. Like, let me see if I can follow this. So take the rubber band, put it on the inside of the moose antlers. And then I don't know what they want next. I think they want us to like wrap it around this outside and then hook it again to the inside, but the rubber band is going to break. I don't think it's long enough. Oh my goodness. What? Where'd the rubber band go? Oh, there it is. All right, so wrap here, wrap around here, hook there. I mean, conceptually, I understand it. I just don't think the rubber band is long enough to do this without shooting this thing off into space. Which side am I wrapping around? The front or the bottom? The opposite of this side. So that's the front. All right, let's see if we can do this. I'm right there, but how do I hook it on? Nope. I think I gotta use something to hook it. I have a paper clip. Maybe I should use the paper clip. I have this thing. This is a good width. Yeah, this is good, because the width is a good match. All right, let's try it again now that we have a plan. All right, so here's the plan. We're going to use this little H to grab this rubber band and to make it go onto that hook. If we can get it to do it. It's in position, but I can't get it to release. All right, did that work? I can't see it with my eyes. Let's go to the close-up camera and see if it worked. Let me see here. What was that supposed to look like when it's complete? All right, so if we hold it like this, no, if we hold it like this, the rubber band goes on top, yeah. All right, that looks right. And then if we look at it from the back, it looks like this. Yeah, I think that's right. That's good, we did it. Good job, folks. All right, what do we got next? Segment 5. I mean, how is this segment 5? It's like totally unrelated to what was going on in segment 4. Whatever. All right, so segment 5, 4 pieces, 2 234s and 2 235s, snap them together. This better be the easiest thing we do all night. All right, let's see. 2 235s. There's the 235s, and there's the 234s. So 2 235s and 2 234s. Easy enough, right? All right. So what do we got to do here? Where's my 230? Did they stick to the back of the wood? They did. They're stuck to the back of the wood. They're stuck to each other. They didn't separate. Let's separate them like chopsticks. Well, I thought for sure that was going to work. The chopsticks, you're supposed to hold one end, hold both ends, and like punch them down while pulling apart, and it didn't work. This is ridiculous. Why I can't get these apart? Okay, there we go. Okay. So notch at the back. Okay, this way. Dot, notch, 2 circles, notch, dot. That doesn't really tell you much. But here's what tells you. This looks like the front of a bus, and this looks like a diamond. There's this has 2 points, this has 3 points. Okay, so with 3 points at the bottom, you connect this to the outside. And the holes, I mean, it's the only holes it's going to fit. As long as you get this one right, then the other one will fall right into place. The 235 is symmetrical, inside out. We always do inside out. Oh my goodness. Well, this is just not a good night for putting puzzles together. I thought this would be the easiest thing all night, and it's like not going together. We didn't get a click. It's in, but we didn't get a click sound. That's called smushing it in. You're supposed to go in. It's supposed to be a little resistance, and then it goes in all at once, and you get a click sound. When you don't get a click sound, but you do see it at the other end flush, you've smushed it in. Anyway, let's do the other one. Should be symmetric to this one. So there we go. That's symmetric. So we're going to stick it here and here. Inside out. Is one side longer than the other? I think it is. Or maybe it's not. Anyway, if it is, then the inside out rule is all you need because it is lining up. I think, though, it's symmetric. I'm not sure. It probably is symmetric. That one didn't go in either. And we broke some pieces. How about that? It's holding. Finally we got a click. All right, segment 6. Does anyone see anything that needs to be done in segment 6? Or is it just like a glory shot? It's just a glory shot. And they didn't even put a check mark. Like, it's literally just a glory shot. Like, they're not even saying, like, check your work. All right, there's some stuff to do on page 47. But speaking of stuff to do, I have some stuff to do. I'm John Rapp. This is Just Rest Your Eyes. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.